The next word we're going to talk about is position. Position turns out to be related to displacement. I actually should say it the other way around. Displacement turns out to be related to position. When we're referring to the position of an object, we have to first define one thing. We have to define the origin. Now, if you're not familiar with this idea from mathematics, we're going to use a Cartesian coordinate system to talk about the origin. Now, from the idea of an origin, the origin is a point where neither the x or the y values are equal to anything other than 0. It's the center of the universe, if you want to put it that way. It's the point in which everything else kind of revolves around. That's the origin. From the origin, we also can set up a coordinate system. We can say that these terms up top are positive values, and they're positive y. Gosh, hair keeps on getting in my face and driving me crazy. It's the problem with this setup, is that this little thing right here keeps getting in my face, and then I itch my nose, which isn't even this subconscious thing. And then over here I have positive x values. Okay, this turns into negative x values, and this turns into negative y values. Okay, that in itself defines the origin. It defines it as a point where it's neither a positive or a negative value, either x or y, when the only possible value that's either neither positive or negative is 0. 0 is simply 0. And that is the origin. So when we're talking about the position of an object, we're talking about that location of that object with respect to the origin, which is another point I should bring up. When we use the language with respect, I'm going to abbreviate it. With respect is simply going to be abbreviated as WRT, because we do a lot of things with respect to. We talk about velocity, we talked about all sorts of relative motion in general as with respect to. So whenever I say that, I'm just going to abbreviate it as WRT, with respect to. Okay, so whenever you see that, it's just shorthand notation for with respect. So the position of an object, once again getting back to that definition, is the location of an object with respect to the origin. So if I were to talk about that one person again, his position is over here. It's so much in the positive x, it's so much in the positive y. That is his position. Okay, interesting thing, if you don't see it really quick, it's talking about how far in the x and in the direction. Use the word x, so there's a direction associated with how far it's that much, and then how far in the y. There's another direction. So we're talking about with respect to the origin, automatically gives me a magnitude and it gives me a direction. Okay? Cool. That's the definition of position. I'm going to go really quick and talk about two other vocabulary words before moving on to velocity and speed. And those vocabulary words are going to be vectors and scalars. Okay?